I know this probably isn't going to be seen because my stuff is being shadow banned and blocked out. Congratulations to Ontario Provincial Police on what you accomplished against me. Completely and totally changing my identity, completely and totally deforming my skull, completely and totally fucking my brain, mutilating my body, the lies, the time buying, the cover ups, arrest refusals, false arrests, kidnapping, sex assaults, extortion, blood and piss forcing, putting illegal prisoner tracking into me, 6 years slave, torture, medical file falsification for treatment refusals, discrimination, being falsely charged twice, medically blacklisted to prevent any help or proof for crimes against me. I spoke O.p.p. crimes. As a result, I became a 6 year victim. My mother was also stalked and murdered too. I am the end of my bloodline. I am a full physical identity theft victim. So congratulations, O.p.p. You murdering fucking lowlives and the pieces of shit criminal doctors that you have covering your crimes with and for fucking lowlife junkies. This guy here, he's guilty of first-degree attempted murder with intent to commit. He is an O.p.p. sex slave trafficker. He is guilty of torture crimes, stalking. He is a pimp. He is a crackhead. He is homeless, and he hangs out with my mother's son, Kevin Sweet, where he goes to smoke crack. Tony Anthony Axel Rose Hearns. He is guilty of first-degree attempted murder with intent to commit. Bert Hustler. Bill Wooldridge. He also goes by Bob Cross, Robert Cross. He lives behind the law office on Center and Bridge Street in Napanee, now bald glasses, approximately 70 years old. He is guilty of stalking, torturing, and killing my mother. Dog killer, stalker, guilty of attempted murder on me, Raymond LeBlanc. One known as Bill Wooldridge from Center Street and Bridge Street behind the law office, and Blair Hardy, Blair Kane, he goes by alleged O.p.p. supervisor. They are both guilty of stalking, torturing, and killing my mother. Animal killer, Robert Kane boyfriend, Tyler T. Bagleg, guilty of first-degree murder and attempted murder. And all in Napanee. And all for O.p.p. Blair Hardy, Blair Kane. He is also a rapist. He raped a woman in 2021, is now dead. Jason Vinalstein, guilty of first-degree murder and attempted murder, possible homicide in 2021. He is guilty of injuring, torturing, identity theft with the intent to commit identity disability and insurance fraud. He's an obsessed homosexual crackhead. He sells laced fentanyl between Napanee and Kingston for Robert Kane, committing overdose murders, which are being covered up because it's being done to addicts and the homeless, so they're easier to cover up his homicides. There is also a Robert Berry. He is a Laidlaw truck driver. Him and his boyfriend, they're both sex slave traffickers, but him and his boyfriend are possible serial killers. His boyfriend is HIV/AIDS positive, and they are committing sex assaults and possibly spreading their disease around to unknowing victims, giving them HIV and AIDS. Robert Barry and his boyfriend in Napanee, Ontario. He lives on Bridge Street in Napanee, and he works for Laidlaw Trucking. He has bald, glasses, and a crowbar mustache, and you can't miss the guy. He's approximately 65 to 70 years old. This damn phone. This is Bert Hustler, the obsessed homosexual. This guy used to date my wife after we separated, and he is also a child sex offender as well. And that child that he molested is scared to go to a hospital or get legal help because of what might happen. And hey, thank you. Sorry, I got on my little rant there showing that, and I didn't even realize that you were on. I apologize. I am not doing good at all. Everything with me is getting a lot worse. I have absolutely no feeling in my head whatsoever. The full right side of my head, I'm getting actual piss and shit going through my head and my face to the point where it is actually dripping out of my fucking pores. I am getting serious numbing, and as you can see, the whole right side of my face over this way is absolutely completely fucking gone, and I'm blind in my right eye. I can't see out of my right eye at all now. I am getting piss and shit going through my head, and it is swelling the back of my head up seriously bad. So I would like to say I'm doing good, but I'm not. Thank you for joining, though. I do appreciate it, and I do appreciate your support. I'm getting tortured so damn much on a daily fucking basis. My body is starting to shut down on me. Especially the whole right side of my head. I feel absolutely nothing. It's like my consciousness is completely going. I feel my complete total consciousness being ripped away from me. While these fucking lowlives who I know exactly who is responsible are sitting back getting fucking free drugs from cops who are doing this to me. I've tried different hospitals. I have tried hospitals around Napanee. I have tried hospitals in Kingston, Ontario. I have tried hospitals in Belleville, Ontario. Every time I go to a doctor or a hospital, all I hear is I seen your file, and that is the end of it. Ever since after I got shot, my CAT scan was done in August of 2019, or in November of 2019. I was shot in August of 2019. I got a CAT scan done in November. And one of the people involved was actually there. And after my CAT scan, I was pretty much medically blacklisted. I'd go to a hospital, and I was getting no help. I was being treated like shit. I'm trying to. Lennox and Addington County General Hospital are very seriously dangerous. It is a public hospital, and it is police privately owned and run. Dr. Tatiana Vukadinovic, she also goes by Dr. Margie V, is guilty of file falsification for treatment refusals, discrimination, medical blacklisting, assuring I don't get any medical help, to assure everything that is done to me gets away with, so to the point where I get no medical help, even having me falsely charged twice because of their fucking crimes against me. Most likely. Yeah, and delete me, they definitely are. My life, my identity, my bloodline, my fucking full physical identity, my life, everything about me is being stolen. I have been lobotomized. My full right brain has been seriously, it's gone. I did have at one point in time 150 plus IQ before all of this started. I was consciously aware in everything. I was consciously awake. I was consciously aware in thought, in movement, action, everything. And now I can barely think. I'm basically living on autopilot, repeating myself day after day to remind myself, because of the memory losses that I'm going through, who the fuck I am. And that's scary. That is truly scary, to lose your to have your fucking life being ripped away from you purposely like this, and nothing you can do about it. Very scary to lose your memories, that to be fine 1 minute. And I could understand if it was due to an illness, but this is not due to an illness. This is due to a fucking crime through shit that's been put in me, purposely doing this to me. I feel like I've had a stroke. See, this whole side of my face is absolutely gone. I feel nothing. My head has been completely and totally flattened. It's been widened. It's been rounded out. It's been elongated. It's been shortened. Doctors, take off your hat, put it back on. It fits. You're fine. Meanwhile, my head's blowing up like this, like a fucking balloon. Yeah, that's why everything is being done to prevent anything legal on anyone. I have videos where I went to Ontario Provincial Police in Napanee to try to get arrest, and I was surrounded by hands-on guns by a bunch of cops. So I have tried OIPRD at the time. I have tried LICA. I have tried private prosecutions. I have tried going to lawyers. I have been doing this for a couple years to try to get my story out, and a lot of my stuff is being shadow banned and it is being blocked out. Every single one of these low lives are involved with what has taken place with me. They're all registered sex offenders. They're all very, very well known drug addicts. The one guy, that Tyler Lake, that's involved with this, he has a history of drowning animals. He has a history of chopping up animals with dogs or with an axe. He also tortured my dog and killed him as well. And he's moving on to humans. So the little fucker is progressing into a serial killer, and knowing now that he is committing homicide and torture for cops, there'll be nothing that will stop these little pieces of shit. Because when they're done with me, on to the next. Yeah. It's only been 6 years with me so far, but that's because of me speaking of their human trafficking and the sex slavery that they're involved in, and the money laundering that was taking place using a mission. So for charitable means, is that's why they were doing it, and moving the homeless along, bringing homeless in to make it look and seem like the situation was worse than what it actually was, to get more money. along with other stuff that was taking place. And as a result, I became a target. It was after that I was shot. I was pretty much delivered a last meal. I had a preacher or a priest that was working at the mission. His name is David Smith. He was working at the mission. He showed up at my place and dropped me off food. And I proceeded to tell him to go fuck himself, to get the fuck away from me, get the fuck off my property. And he had no business or right to be there. I never asked him for nothing. 5 minutes later, after he dropped off the food, one Spencer Mills O.p.p. showed up at my house with threats and intimidations, basically to let me know that if I didn't stop talking about what was taking place, there'd be serious consequences. And there was. Well, of course they don't like the truth being spread. There is more than just O.p.p. that are involved with this too. This goes further than just them as well, doing the trafficking and everything else. Families of murdered and missing, they are possibly involved with those kind of crimes as well, and I mean that by every race. As I'm doing this, my face, the whole fucking right, this whole side of my face is starting to curve over to this side. I'm noticing it. I was arrested for harassment, allegedly for talking about the crimes that the doctors are involved in and telling people that they needed to be arrested and charged. So that was their way to try to fuck me over, is have me illegally arrested, and that was also in an attempt to give me a record which I never previously had. I went. I am 53 years old now, and this started 6 years ago. And up to that point, I had no criminal record or history. I had no association with any police involved in any way, shape, or form. I had no reason to. So this definitely is not about hate or anything. And I've been 100%. I've been 100% consistent the whole 6 years. If anybody wants to check out my videos, whom, how, and why, along with showing and proving all the different identity thefts physically done to me and changes and all the serious skull deformings and everything else I have been through. Even two of the people involved, of course, happen to be my cousins, and my cousin himself even admitted to me that he was working for the fucking cops involved in doing this shit against me. And when he realized that he fucked up and actually let me know, he quickly left. He was at my house at the time. I ran into the guy one morning at Tim Hortons and I decided to go buy him a coffee. He came back to the house and we were talking, and then all of a sudden he let that slip out. When he let it slip out, he got up and he left real quick. And I haven't seen him since. But he is still involved 100%, and I can 100% prove how. As a matter of fact, the one guy, Bert Hustler, I can even provide his hair samples. I can provide hair samples from these fuckers if they want to, from them being around me and their crimes, 100%. So they don't want to try to deny anything because I can provide DNA through hair of theirs. Thank you. I truly, truly appreciate you. 100% they are. And the worst thing is I have family that lives in Hamilton. I have a niece that lives there, and she is actually homeless because she suffers from serious addictions, and she don't want anybody in the family to really see that the situation that she is truly in and going through, so she pretty much stays to herself, and I 100% respect that. As much as it's scary, but I respect it. Love you too, man. I love all my supporters and everybody. I'm love all, hate none. Every single one of them have also been involved with human trafficking too, of course. This was actually me, a picture of me back in the wintertime. Just to show you how much changes I've been through and how much, just with how much skull deforming and that I've also been through as well. I absolutely look nothing like that, even with my glasses off. Nothing like that now. So, if people want to think that this kind of shit can't happen, I'm proof of it. And I know that they're badass. Yeah, an anti-human trafficking unit. Okay, and meanwhile, they're the ones that are fucking doing it. So, I know that, you know that, and a lot of other people know that, but they just won't say nothing about it. Whereas I don't really give two shits anymore. Enough is enough. Too much has already been done to me. I've already lost too fucking much to care anymore about that. I mean, as far as not speaking about what has taken place and more repercussions. So, exactly. And as soon as I can get a lawyer that will actually see this and take it on, I am more than willing and ready to start those lawsuits. I am deserved and owed a lot of money, and I am looking for at least $150 million plus 200,000 per person involved, as well as 150 million for O.p.p, 150 million for Lennox and Addington County General Hospital, 150 million for AMHS mental health, and O.p.p, and possibly the town of Napanee, and $200,000 per person for everyone involved as a personal. Because I can 100. Yeah, I know I could definitely go for more. I could go for a lot more, and I know that I would definitely win it. This is a 100% provable case, provable crime against me. Yes, but charter rights actually don't really apply to me anymore. Unfortunately, I don't have that right. Yeah, the last little few days I've been checking more into that. At one point in time, I was actually involved with human rights, and I was letting people know exactly what was their legal rights. I was letting people know because I was seeing a lot of violations taking place. So I started to speak up also and let people know their rights and what they could and could not do. And that was seriously frowned upon as well. If that don't work, can always sue the person next to King Charles, and King Charles himself can be sued. He is the one that owns the country, and he is the one where all of these people work for him under the guise of protecting us. Meanwhile, they are committing these crimes against us and fucking killing people, ending bloodlines, innocent people. Not Boondock Saints. I'm not too sure if I've seen that or not. It sounds familiar though, but I'm not too sure if I've actually seen it. I've seen tons and tons of them. And even one of the people involved with this as well is actually Russell Williams, the serial killer. One of the people involved is actually friends with him, allegedly, but he is definitely a copycat of his as well. And I don't know if people fail to realize this, but when that guy was actually committing his murders, there was cops that were actually watching out for him while he was doing it to make sure that he got away with it. And they only arrested him on force. And that's all right out in public knowledge through news sources and everything else. So cool. I haven't seen any good movies really actually in quite a while. I still actually kind of want to see Deadpool, the new Deadpool. I've still been wanting to see that. I've seen the new Avengers. That was actually a pretty good movie. Shit. I'm gonna show something, a picture of my skull. Here's one picture where it looks like it's actually been cut with, had surgery or something done to it. You can tell in the back of my head there, it looks like there's been cuts done to it. And yet, this is the back of my head too. My neck has even been seriously elongated. One time it's normal, the next time the back of my neck is stretched like a fucking lizard or something. Here's one picture of me. This is why I show the tattoo on my hand all the time with my name. because of me going through this all the time, so, and to be recognized. And then, once again, also me. It's pretty fucked up, eh? Even over the last 3 or 4 days, I've been doing live videos, and I guarantee if anybody wanted to check anything out, my other lives from even today, earlier, or yesterday, last night, I look 100% different. You'll notice differences in me from last night and now, even, and today, earlier this afternoon, from my live videos. I guarantee it. Actually, the weird thing is now, I have one of these that I use to shave my head. I will take this and I will start going around certain spots on my head, and the blade will actually stick to my head. I will start getting burning, and my fucking head is magnetized in spots where I have holes, and I will start feeling pulling like I have tubes in my head. But my head in certain spots now is definitely magnetized to the point where I can use this on my head and I can't even shave hair off it. I can, but see this I know it's going to sound weird, but also because of what I was shot with in the R&M, this also works on the biometric field as well, which has to do with the energy field of a person. And it also, in a way, can also attack a person through their etheric body as well, which in turn can actually physically affect a physical body. Yeah, I can actually, when I run that over my head in certain spots, I can actually feel serious pulling, and I'll start getting out. My head will start to bleed. Like, I mean, not even touching my head. No blades or nothing will even touch my head. Just the metal part will start getting so much pulling that I'll actually feel ripping in certain spots in my head from what feels like tubes being pulled out as well in the back of my head. And also right here where it's split, all right in here as well too, along my forehead. On each side of that split on my forehead, I'll get it. And then the back of my head where I have a black spot that goes from my forehead right in here now all the way around the back of my head. And that's where in certain spots it will blow up and I'll get piss and shit going through me, and then I'll start getting heavily magnetized. So, and I definitely know that's certainly not normal. I'm not no fucking Iron Man, so there is no reason in any way, shape, or form why my head should be have magnetized. Like, that's pretty fucked up. I know one of the people that's actually involved. He actually lives really, really close here, like on the same property as well. And he and his brother are actually involved in this, who is actually a cop who is involved with the human trafficking. But even this guy himself, he has tubes in his head. He is very seriously psychotic. He is a crackhead. I have had CEW used on me, which is an energy weapon. Stingray use, which is used to track and hack your phone and internet as well, and for illegal tracking and recognition. That's all being used as well. I went to use the bathroom one night about 10 after 12, and all of a sudden there was a cop on the corner. I got hit with something, and about 2 seconds later, I went down like I was hit by a truck almost. I started to feel sick. I was feeling dizzy. I felt like I was having a fucking heart attack, for Christ's sakes. Yeah, so it's serious. I've even noticed on certain spots now, on one side of my head, I'm starting to get red hair. And that's because one of the people involved is actually a fucking redhead. See, I know each and every person involved. So I know you can do a FOIA request too. I'd only ask for mail, that way it's all in writing to back everything up. I know about that. Keep all that for evidence. Thank you for that. I'm gonna check into this 100%. Yeah, I've even had two cops show up at my place one time, and two different times, conveniently, same name, same badge number, but yet one was redhead and one was black hair with a beard and mustache, but yet they had the same last name and same badge number. Interesting. Thank you. I will definitely take any kind of help I can get with 100% gratitude and appreciation. Cool. Yeah. Oh, I know the whole system is corrupt, and that's a for sure fact. I think I might actually have to try to find somewhere where I could actually go to a bigger city to start looking for lawyers, like possibly Toronto, where it would be a lot easier to actually start the legal process and the lawsuits and everything that I need to start doing, because somebody has to answer for what has taken place with me, what I can prove, and I'm not going to pay for any more. Yeah, I know. More things are hidden in Canada than what people realize. I was actually made homeless for a year too. I was for that the building I was living in was conveniently bought, and come to find out that one of the people that was involved, it was done through a corporation group or whatever, and one of the people involved was actually a cop, and I was kicked out because they wanted to fix up the place. They used the renovation thing, and I was then made homeless where I was living in a shelter in Kingston, Ontario for a year. I know Edward Snowden. I know about him. The conspiracy theories that are actually not sci-fi, but actually sci-fact, and no conspiracy whatsoever. Yeah. It's also a lot easier too to grab somebody if they're homeless and by themselves. So as well. And I believe that was without paranoia. And I'm not saying it with any kind of paranoia, but I do believe that that was one of the intentions. Get me homeless, get me alone. Hope that I would have gotten on some kind of drugs so they could have justified anything, but that never happened. And wait till the perfect opportunity to have grabbed me up or whatever the case may have been. Now, once again, I do say that without any kind of paranoia, but I do believe that in the beginning, that was possibly the whole point of making me homeless, is so that could have happened. I was kidnapped anyway, May 27th, 2021, 24 hours after asking for help with what has taken place with me, and done through one Shelley Hafner. And when they found out what they'd done 24 hours after me asking for help, they left after they got my blood and my piss. This guy here, he's one of the pieces of shit involved with this. He's also a fentanyl dealer, too. He's guilty of a possible murder in 2021 through the same thing as what he's doing to me. He is guilty of identity theft. I have pictures where I look just like this low life, and he's only about 45 years old. He's an inbred crackhead, fucking good for nothing piece of shit. And he sells laced fentanyl to the homeless and to addicts in hopes that they overdose because their deaths are easier to cover up. He's a serial killing little fucking psychotic piece of shit. You know what? That you mentioned that, I've noticed the same thing too. And if you're ever out walking and you're alone, and all of a sudden you start having people that if you're walking one way and traffic coming this way, and you all of a sudden have people flashing their flashers at you, you guaranteed they're fucking involved with what has taken place. It's all a gang stalking thing. So, yeah, I know it is. I was aware of all of this stuff that was happening to other people, but I was definitely aware of electronic harassment. Yako's Ewing, which was a targeted individual, and everybody, if anybody knows anything, he was a TI, and he was actually killed for it, but he was a very good person. So yeah, I knew about all of that situation a long time ago. I have actually used some of his stuff that's helped. Shit. I'm gonna show something. Here's a picture of the back of my head. And if you notice, there's a dent in my head. Now, if you look close, if you can see it, it actually looks like there is a hand inside my head, and it looks like fingers are coming up through my skull. If you look at it close enough, it's pretty fucked up. But it looks like fingers or something coming through my skull. And it's not like that now. And that spot actually is one of the places where I do have a hole in the back of my head, which would be right here where I'm rubbing. I think actually I am going to get off of here too. I am going to try to sit and relax, but I just wanted to come on here and let everybody know that what was taking place with me, and to let everybody know that may tune in to beware, to be careful. In the Ontario Provincial Police, you're guilty of murders, and one way or another, legally, you will answer for what the fuck you done to me for me speaking of your crimes. I am no longer going to be a victim to you, criminal doctors, or your low-life pieces of shit. You've already physically fucked me, and this no more to me. I am not going to go through no more of this. Somebody is going to fucking pay one way or another. Alrighty, I appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate your information, and I will definitely check into that. I want to know that I appreciate you, and I am very thankful for you and for your support. Yeah, a lot of my stuff is not, a lot of my stuff is being shadow banned to the point where maybe only one or two people will actually tune in and see my live videos. And a lot of it is actually being blocked out by hackers, which I can prove that my computer is hacked and from where. So a lot of it's being blocked out, obviously, in an attempt to try to not get it out by whom, how, and why, especially because it involves serious crimes with police and criminal doctors. So they got to do what they got to do to try to block me, but at the same time, they can go fuck themselves. Thank you. I appreciate that. Holy fuck, I am, like I said, I can't see. I can only see out of my one eye now, so everything is just blurry. Wow. Yeah, they were actually involved in human trafficking a few years ago. They were involved with fucking sending teenage girls and boys to actually ISIS. And that was so. Yeah, that was also in print too. That's not me just saying that. That was on in print as well about that. That they were involved with that shit. I've gotten to the point where I don't trust any of them now because I trust none of them in any way, shape, or form. I know that there is no good fucking cops anywhere in any way, shape, or form. And I hate to say that, but it's starting to look like it's a true fact. Yeah, you're right. Monday, I'm gonna try to make an appointment for to get my eye checked. And if there's any attempts to try to stop me from doing such a thing, because I know that there's also something in my fucking eye as well, in the back part of my eye, because I feel it all the time. Yeah, I know. CIA quote. Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, and I appreciate you tuning in. I think I am going to get off here too. And for anybody else that may or may not see this, thank you for joining me. And thanks for tuning in and watching this. Yeah, well, I know I definitely have something in behind this eye. I almost had my eye taken out when I was a kid. Me and my brother, we were playing in the park, and they used to have old swings with chains attached to them and pieces of wood, and they had little metal parts, bars that were on top on the swings there, and the one corner of the steel piece connected me in the corner of my eye and almost knocked my eye out. I've also been stabbed in my throat and my jugular as well, and I have the scar right here from it. Thank you. Good night to you too. And I do hope to talk to you again soon. And also, thanks for the info. I'm going to check into that as well. Thank you, brother, for everything. And I am going to tune out as well and try to actually maybe go find something relaxing to do. I don't know if I can or not, but I'm going to try to. Let's look. This is, it feels dead and gone, like it's not even part of me anymore. You take care too. Thank you. And remember, everybody, love all, hate none.